Welcome back. The end of Isaiah. Chapter 51, I believe, or 52. I forget, but I write it in the I write it down in there, so
That went over.
You gotta be kidding me. Where we last left off was the Lord said in the future, when his people are completely drunk with the spiritual cup of wine that he gave our ancestors years ago, and that would force us to be morons and never know how to be a people, and never love and all these things that actually destroy us. It's not their tricks that destroy us. It's not the demons, the satans, the anything. It's because we fall for it. It's because the Lord placed a curse on us and made us ancestors spiritually drink a wine that would make you just lose. You're done. You're done. And then the Lord said, one day I'm going to wake the ones up in the future, because I tell them, don't do this all the time. And if they overdo what I said they could do to you, well, I'm going to wake you up when you start following those laws. And when you follow those laws and come back to me, I'm going to take that drunken stupor off of you. All the stupidity, the nigger shit, the fucking... all of it. He said, I'm going to take at your prime of all of that shit, and I'm going to make the other nations, they're going to drink it. And then they're going to want to be it. That didn't happen. That's not happening right now. No, it's not happening. The Lord's not real. Just so happens that I've, traveled to a couple of states.
That's an individual choice for a patient.
Oh, these fucking commercials. So I've traveled around, right? And I've met majority of the nations of the world. No, I didn't live with all of them, but growing up in a place where I lived, it was a melting pot of people. It wasn't just a bunch of black people. There were blacks, whites, Chinese, Spanish, Africans from Africa, Haitian people that moved over here, because we're next to New York, so that's like a melting pot of the world. That's where everyone comes in from, and so they migrate out. And so I had experience with different cultures of people, and actually that held on to their old ways, like the way they dress, the way they hey, how you doing, man? Even the way they spoke, you know what I mean? They still had their accents, they still had their dress, and then they stay here. And as I grew up, their kids will grow up, and their kids would stop being that, and they would be us. They would stop. They don't want to hear that shit no more. They don't want to dress like that no more. None of that. So I grew up watching it happen. That's why nobody's gonna tell me it's not real, because I grew up watching you just drink the cup of fucking the Lord. From 5 different
Chapter
states.
51. Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness, ye that seek the Lord. Look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, and to the hole of the pit whence ye are digged. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you. For I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. For the Lord shall comfort Zion.
Nah, he called the first one, the one, yeah. He called him with a bunch of dudes. He asked him, you and all your peoples go right out. Nah, he said, first, I'm calling you young because you're young and you actually figured out that I'm real and you're called on me. So I'm going to start your mission right away. Your first mission is to prove to your father that he's an idiot. Call your father out and tell him that his gods aren't real. What do you think that got him? You think his father liked that? You think his father actually sat there and took it and was like, this little nigga know better than me? What? Nah, they did exactly what all y'all old niggas do. Think y'all know better. And then we start proving shit to you, and then you get mad.
And he will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Lord. Joy and gladness shall be.
Oh, I wonder why the Lord said, don't fight nobody in the last days. When I wake you silly ass niggas up, get brolic, because I want you to go to the wilderness. I want you to go start over. I want you to do things. I want to prove that you're the shit. Because I'm with you. And it's the only way you'll ever be the shit. Without me, you're nothing. You're nothing. Now, when I, make you go to those mountains like he-goats and leave everybody alone, they'll expect you to die because they look at you as nothing. But we switched places. And you're going to go out there, and it just said, I'm going to make a desert, a shitty place, beautiful for you. So you can do everything. Wouldn't that be awesome? Because, everywhere's polluted now and fucked up. So if you go to the wilderness, what are you going to go to? Are you going to drink the dirty-ass water? You going to sleep on the dirty-ass trees? Yeah, you going to grow food in that dirty-ass environment? Or, what? The desert is not dirty because people don't go there. No one's going to live there. So it's all clean. My father's a genius.
Found therein thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed.
Oh, you don't believe that can happen? Well, it just so happens that I actually just watched this. It's happening across the other side of the world. In a desert, it's known to have been a desert forever, water just cracked open and from the floor, it's nowhere near the ocean, and waters just spring up out of the ground, out of nowhere. And all these fish are there. Fish are coming up with the water. It's one thing, because, water could be underground. But they're fish. There's millions of fish in there. Can you say that land over there is getting prepared for, somebody?
Seed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. My righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth, and mine arm shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall they trust. Lift up your eyes.
Now you're supposed to wait on his son. You're supposed to trust his son. Or did the Lord say, you're waiting on me? They're waiting on him. That's what he said. I think that's what he said.
To the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Hearken unto me.
So everything's gonna go bye-bye. Like I just said, your car has to go bye-bye. But your spirit's still gonna be alive, and then you have to deal with my father.
Ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law, fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revilings. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation. Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake, as in the ancient days, in the generations of old. Art thou not it that hath cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Art thou not it which hath dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that hath made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? Therefore the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man which shall be made as grass? And forgettest the Lord thy Maker, that hast stretched forth the heavens, and laid the foundations of the earth, and hast feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as it...
So, we learned a couple of things within that verse. I know, I did, even though I've went over Isaiah. That's where I first started going hard and studying, was Isaiah. That was my dude. That's why I come with this go hard shit, because that was one of the first dudes I studied, and he was read how Isaiah was, and you'll be like, oh, word, I didn't know prophets supposed to be balls to the walls like that. Go read about Elijah and the dude that, challenged, go read about these first priests and how, hard it was for them to be that. See, we're lucky. I get to act tough on camera. He had to actually deal with people that there was no